a stairwell that feels really
This
uncomfortable.
feels really horrible. It's so narrow.
With this one, this is the one that excites us the most. Actually, that's probably a bit of a lie. Because in reality, this is the one that scares us the most. All right, just step out of the cell. Good man.
I just jumped in as well.
We're about to, well, we're getting ready to do an investigation here tonight. We've got it for about 6 hours, Cag and me, haven't we, Cag?
We have.
Now, how long have you worked here?
17 years.
17 years. And can you tell us a little bit about the jail?
About the jail?
Like when it was built,
yeah,
what its
the
history?
1820s. Was the site of a castle from 10 to 1400, continually taken over by English, then got back by the Scots, until Scots decided in the 1400s they'd had enough and decided to knock it down. Nothing then for 400 years, and then when they decided to build a jail,
Hi, Martin.
they decided to make it look like a prison. And it only closed in the end because of the railways, because it was then easy to get people up to Edinburgh and the big cities for by rail to a big prison. So that's when we were shut in the 1880s.
So, I mean, I know in most jails you have a segregation of type of prisoners. In the Adelaide jail, we didn't have the hardcore prisoners, they went up to another jail. But we did receive them about 2 weeks before just to execute them, because we were the only jail that did executions.
Yeah.
So, what sort of prisoners would be put in here? Would there be murderers? Would there be...
We have
more
people
hardcore?
from the Black, we're standing outside at the moment, that did go to Australia for the holidays. The block on this side is what's called the debtors prison, where people were put in who owed other people money, and children were in there as well.
Did you do executions here or not?
We believe there's some hangings, because the hill on this side here is called Gala Hill.
Okay, so there's
which
gallows
is gallows,
here. Because there would be history here really long before.
Oh yeah.
So what sort of thing? Obviously we're here for the ghosts.
Yep.
And tonight...
Activity, paranormal activity.
Paranormal activity, yes.
That's much better.
So we're just... we're going to be investigating ourselves later. There's just Cag and me here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have the whole place, just the two of us. What kind of things have you had happen here or experienced here?
Lots of stones being thrown in cells that nobody was in. Most haunted, and an awful thing of that they were filming, and somebody would go into a room and we could hear all these stones being thrown about and all sorts of. And then the lady shot out, and the coat looked as if it'd been pebble dashed, white, with like chalk bits.
Okay.
And there was nothing there. I think we had a medium that had some broken fingers, was putting a hand in across the doorway, and the door slammed shut.
So
No
definitely,
wind.
definitely slammed shut.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean the big
Oh, wow.
heavy doors, they're not like that. There was another one that, that was almost haunted, and a lot of people didn't really believe it, because the husband was filming in the back corner, and the door, which was flush against the wall, closed. Now a lot of people who didn't know could have said that the door could have been shut with a stick on the bottom. Somebody could have been behind the door.
Yeah.
I was there.
You were there.
I stayed 3 days.
I have actually seen that episode. I will
Yeah.
say.
Is that one where they thought he did that and
They
with his
thought he
leg?
kicked with
Yeah.
his
There's
leg,
no
yeah.
way. I
were there.
I was there.
Oh, that's good to have somebody that was there.
We were shut then. That's the only time we were ever shut. And they were here for 3 days and 2 nights.
Right.
They did go home.
Then probably sort of date back to before then, when they used to have the castle here.
We've had
had
things
all that.
picked up that people have come and said, well, where are the dungeons and things like that. So, well, we haven't got any here now. But I would quite imagine that in the 1400s and big castle as it was, they would have dungeons.
Yeah.
And things like that. So they are obviously picking them up from then from that period and not from now, as I say to people, you know, everything you pick up isn't necessarily from the 1800s.
Yeah.
The only one going upstairs. You can make your way upstairs.
Stairs. We like stairs. Here in Queen of Scots' room. She wasn't actually here, but she was actually in Jedburgh for a couple of months, having lucky with somebody who should have been. What we can go, look at these stairs.
People come in and they say, right, where's the castle? But 10 to 1400, which is the same period as the abbeys in the borders, and we've got 4 all within 10 or 15 miles. That was the period that there was a big castle here, and there is a drawing of what they thought it looks like in there. But those people from England kept coming across every 20, 30 years and raiding it and chasing the Scots out. So and then in the end, in 1405, I think it was, something like that, the Scots decided they'd had enough and they knocked it down. So when they were building this in 1820s, they decided to make it look like a castle. So I went in there looking for them, stood at the door, and they're saying they're at the bottom end, and there's a huge scream, male, female, all sorts, people running everywhere. And this table levitated and went about a yard down the corridor. The best I had on that, because she was a medium, used to come quite regularly. The fella who ran it's died, unfortunately, nice bloke. But she was standing up here and she was standing like that.
You should tell us that one live.
And the door just swung right to, broke her fingers.
Oh, really? That's
and I said they're funny, but I didn't realise it was funny at the same time. I said, you're a medium, you didn't see that coming, did you?
Oh, can I get a picture of that key?
Oh, the key, yeah, that's the one that opens that cell over
It's
there.
most amazing. Even the jail, because I run tours at the jail in Adelaide.
Yeah.
And it's like, even we haven't got
No,
the key.
this is the biggest one we have.
That's,
And you might not notice the door, it's actually upside down the lock.
okay.
So you unlock it to lock it and
That's
lock it
just
to unlock.
amazing.
I love it.
The most active is the cell block 2 that's only open 4 ghost nights. It's not been redone or anything. There's no electricity, or
Yeah.
very little electricity and things like that in.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's never been opened, but the last, I think this is the second, it might be 3rd year. I persuaded her to let us have it for the ghost nights.
Right.
Cool.
I'm an unbeliever, and yet I have seen all sorts of things.
Yeah, you're like, but I like to
just-
think of myself as rational, not sceptical.
There can't be all sorts, you know,
Yeah.
there's just too much
I've had
that
too
I've
much
seen,
happen.
and there's too much happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't jump to everything being paranormal. It's
Oh,
gotta
no.
be, it's got to be pretty major for me to go. Yeah,
It's like when some of them come, you don't know
Yeah.
what they're expecting. Some of them, they're not happy unless they see somebody walk around
No.
the corner,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's a ghost.
All right, go.
Okay.
It's a stairwell.
It's a stairwell. That's a surprise. The
No,
stairs.
but it's a stairwell that feels really
This
uncomfortable.
feels really horrible. And it's so narrow.
And did you actually put your head in earlier? Did you?
I did. I didn't, not for long.
Didn't it? It just.
Really creepy. This is creepy up here.
Sure, where he's knocking them off with us.
Hey?
Any lights, is there?
There's no lights, no, there's no electricity. My God, this is as creepy as.
There's just been a tap on the table next to me.
Seriously?
Yeah. I was standing next to the table and it was just like somebody got the fingers and just went. Didn't you hear that?
No.
Alright guys, this is actually up here.
It's really eerie.
I'm not sure we're going to be brave enough to come up here later. We might do it now.
Fantastic doors.
You know that feeling people report in Jedburgh? You know how people report that off-balance feel?
Right, I feel.
I'm feeling that now.
I don't feel
I've
that.
never had that. I don't get it in any of the places.
I feel on edge.
And it's lying.
Yeah. And it's not because of the reports,
No.
because I didn't have that at all yesterday. But this is... It's cold, but it's got a horrible cold feeling. This is really eerie. Far out. So that's 16. 18?
Yeah.
So it's this one.
Let's keep it shut, see if it opens again. I still think the stairwell is actually the creepiest area.
Alright, we've come up to the very top floor of the worst of the worst. This is actually, we're laughing now.
It's really eerie.
This has to be the eeriest part. I know it looks like daylight, guys, but it's got a very uncomfortable feel. This is closed off to the public where we're going to be investigating tonight. It's the only part of this building. In fact, I didn't even feel this at the castle yesterday.
No.
It's the only part of the building where there was a pressure in my chest and a feeling of dread. I don't know how you would...
Well, I looked at the staircase to come, because we're actually upstairs. I did it onto the door. Okay.
Should be alright then.
We were downstairs earlier talking to Elliot, and then I had a wander down and saw the staircase. No freaking way I was going up that one.
And then I went to have a look and take a photograph. Kag hadn't said anything, and exactly the same thing. It's just a real weird feeling. Now I'm going to turn it around just to show you around. So there is no electricity in this one. This is the mail block. This is actually where most of the activity. So here we are. Whoops, don't want to be in the sun. Jedburgh Jail. Just Kag and me. This is the staircase I don't like. There's something about this stairwell. So we'll let you know how we go, won't we, Kag?
That's what you want, is like the screeching birds going over the top. I can't wait.
My feet.
All right, okay.
All right, so where we are, bring it on. So where we are is we're at Jedburgh Castle Jail. We're upstairs in the mail section. Now, upstairs is not open to the public.
None of it's open to the public.
Yeah, none of this section is open to the public. So it's just been opened for ghost hunting nights, and Kag and me are here on our own tonight. We're up here we thought we'd start with this one. This is the one that excites us the most. Actually, that's probably a bit of a lie. Because in reality, this is the one that scares us the most. All right, we've been doing it for a long time, okay? I'm going to tell you now that it took a lot for us, and there's only two of us, there's only Kag and me. It took a lot for us to come up these stairs and be in this position where we are now. I will say that a lot of it happens in cell 18, which is down the hallway there where a lot of the equipment is sitting at the moment.
The very far light that you can see there.
And I will say we were up here earlier, kind of walking around, and I shut that door. I shut the door to 18. They're heavy doors. I made sure that it was pulled quite tight. We came back up here and the door was wide open. So, and it's 18 that they seem to be having the...
And the weird thing is when you hear about what went off in this building, actually, the things weren't that bad.
They weren't that bad.
But in which you wonder if it's what was here before, isn't it?
It's called Gallows Hill, so they believe that there was a lot of executions here on this hill.
Plus there's a Roman site.
There was a Roman fort, and then there was a jail,
a castle
after that. Then the Scots got rid of the castle.
Because us English kept invading them, which they weren't very happy about, which is understandable.
So they got rid of the castle. And then it was built as a jail. So now there's no executions that we know of with this jail, but maybe earlier. Something just doesn't feel right with this section. We've been through the whole jail. Something doesn't feel right about this section here. It's not
very creepy. No, it's not.
All right, if there is anybody in here, We've heard some of the stories. Guys, if you are here, we're coming out of curiosity, nothing more. My name's Alison.
My name's Kag.
And I've got to say, guys, you probably heard us talking. We are a little bit nervous of being up here with you. So if you are going to communicate in any way, then be kind about it. We do want to communicate. We want to do it in a nice way. And hopefully you want to do it in a nice way too. We're not going to provoke you. We're not going to do anything horrible. We're just interested. The other thing is that when we first came into this block downstairs, we did hear a very strange. We weren't audio taping, unfortunately, because we were just walking in. But when we were in here deciding where to set up,
Students. I just jumped in as well. Students. We can both come back off the ceiling now.
in my imagination, has the floor gone orange at the end. We did hear what sounded like a very strange male voice, and it reverberated through the building. But we thought maybe it was Elliot, who's on site. He's not with us, he's on site. And we thought maybe it was him. Maybe he had a TV on, but when we went there, he's nowhere. He's on the other side of the building, he's nowhere near here. Did you steal something? What?
This is baby, isn't it? Maybe. Ah, maybe. Did you steal something? Maybe.
Closer to you, and then you can read it.
Shit's going comes on.
I don't mean physical much, I mean through here. And I say that because it felt like pressure on my shoulder, on the back of my shoulder.
Oh, really?
You don't know whether it's your muscles and you're just becoming more attuned to your own muscles. Just felt like some pressure.
See that?
What?
GFO.
Yeah?
Yeah. What was it like having women and men in the same building, just with a wall between you? Could you hear them?
And by the way, we haven't introduced ourselves, have we?
No.
My name's Kag. No, it's not. Make sure it's all being filmed. No, it's not.
What's your name?
My name isn't Kag.
No. Your name is?
My name's Alison.
I'm Kag. Alright, just introduce yourselves. So say, my name's Kag, this is Alison. I know you've probably been asked this numerous times before, but if you are here, can you make a noise for us, please? How about banging on the door?
About shutting one of the doors.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It would be cool. So narrow. I feel like
It's very claustrophobic.
I feel like I'm in your space.
Really?
You know, like,
You're in my space.
too
You're always in my
close.
space. It's so claustrophobic, isn't it?
How do you walk prisoners down there if you've got all the doors open?
Well, you wouldn't have the doors open, would you?
Okay, guys, if you're in your cells, we want you out your cells now. Where did her fingers broke?
That was in that one that we only opened.
That's the one,
Some no. Oh, pressure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and again.
Ooh.
There is something right about that one. Is it the fact we're not in it? That's what's right about it.
Did somebody just step out of the cell? Good man. Are you filming this?
Hello. That's cool. You're a star.
Thank you. So we've got somebody here then.
Did you like doing that? If you did, can you do it again?
Thank you. We don't mean to make you into a circus animal. I'm going to say that now. We're not here to be disrespectful. Are you catching that?
Coming down. I'm going to have to my torch on a bit. Oh, it's gone right up. Blue came on. Is it okay if I come close to you? If it's okay to come close, can you make the lights come on, please?
So you don't want cake down there?
If you want me to go back, can you put the lights on, please? If you want me to walk away, can you put the lights on? Okay.
It was funny that we had air pressure first
Yeah.
and temperature go up.
Oh, yeah, just put this down. Okay, guys, the weather's here. Thank you very much. It's comfy. I think it's just too dark for that to pick up on, isn't it?
Yeah, but they should be able to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start asking questions.
So are you still there? Can you let us know if you're still around?
Are you just curious about the equipment?
Did you used to work here? If you did,
Go live. It's probably a good time to go live because it's
yeah. If you worked here, can you make the lights go?
come on. Everything's calmed down. We were getting a lot of responses.
you hear that?
Footsteps.
Get what?
Get what? Get
At this
out.
point, oh, do you want to do?
Yeah, you got to be on us because they can't see anything. Okay, that was behind us. Hello, Josh. How are you? So, unfortunately, everything's settled down, which is typical when we go live. We were doing a little bit of investigation here. What we've got at the end, I don't know if you're going to see it. We'll put the torch on it though. I'll turn it around. This is where we are at the moment. It's one of the cell blocks here in Jedburgh Jail. There is just Kagami.
Look how small it is.
You did hear it, Josh? Yeah, it was upstairs and have a look upstairs. I can't remember what it's like up here. We'll show you around a little bit. Unfortunately, the lights are on up here. I don't know what it is about England. There is always stairs. I am so sore from the amount of stairs we've had to come up to get to places in England. This is the upstairs. It's only 18 back here. What we might do, because let's go back. It seems to have quieted down in here. We might go back to the creepy block. With you lot with us, we might be braver. Because you can call, well, you can't call for help. The inside here. The one you didn't like. Oh, yeah, well, we didn't like it at all, but we're going to go back there. All right, while we got you guys, if you give us about 15 minutes. This is the section we don't like. Now, as I said, this is where a lot of it's happened. Maybe because it's not a section where the public can just wander around. It is locked off to the public. They've only opened it up for investigation groups, so it's kind of used as storage now. Kate's going to come down with me.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I was just going to wait here for you.
So you've got a lot of storage stuff in here, but that looks scary as anything. I cannot tell you, Craig, how tense. There's a door here as well. One of the cell doors is kind of cemented in here with the...
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, weird what they've done there. This floor is nothing. This used to be the recreational area downstairs. So you can see it's just now storage. So we've got K2s, which is going off because, don't worry guys, it's going off because I do have my phone on. So, and now I'm within range of the K2. You might have noticed earlier they weren't going off in the other section, but I was flying up away. But I do have upstairs is the cells. Upstairs is where we're really nervous about going. We did come in here earlier. And I will say that as soon as we entered in here, unfortunately we didn't have anything running because we were only setting ourselves up. When we came in earlier, there was what sounded like a disembodied male voice in this building with us.
It wasn't really scary.
It is really scary up there, guys. I'm going to tell you, I'm used to this. I've been to Waverley Hills. I've done a lot of places. There is just something a little bit edgy there upstairs. So,
Do you want me to go, or are you going first?
yeah, we're going to grab some equipment, are we? Are we going to?
We can leave the equipment down here and then just have a wander up there.
I think they want us to do something up there. Do you want to do some stuff up there, guys, or do you just want to go? Oh my God! And I've got that vertigo back.
Have you? That's where you started before.
All right, I'm going to say, guys, I came in here before, and I came in here. I've never had it. Oh, what am I going to say? All right, it's really uncomfortable now, and that's because we're here at 18. 18 is my most disliked cell. This is the one that they had everything happen. I can tell you now, I shut this door. It's a very heavy door. You can see they're not light doors. Sharon, why did I know somebody's going to... Ooh.
What's that? What's the matter?
I just felt a tug on my torch.
Have you? It wasn't me.
Well, you're sitting about
2 foot away.
more than that, even 8 foot away. Could be a muscle movement, but it just sounded like, or just felt like somebody just tugged my torch. All right, if there is anybody up here with us tonight, we just want to introduce ourselves. We've come for a visit, hope you don't mind. My name's Alison, and behind me?
My name's Cag. Oh!
Whoa. Okay, now the temperature changed on the EDI. And if you saw the blue light come on, it asks, if we were to use the spirit box, would it come back as an English or Scottish accent? Or American sounding accent? I have a theory on that. I once got something through the ghost box where we were saying goodbye, and I got an old man's voice coming through and went, Alison. And then a female voice went, goodbye. And I don't honestly think it was two different people. I think it was the same person. I'm just wondering if somehow they manipulate the radio frequencies. I don't know how it works, and don't let me tell you how it works. I don't even know if it does work like that, but they don't have vocal cords. They're dead. So does that mean they lose their accent? They lose the voice that they sounded like when they were alive?
be interesting, wouldn't it?
You want to grab these, yeah?
Okay, don't say we don't do things for you guys. Because I really hate this stuff. We're in cell 18, where are we? There we go. Go watch the most haunted episode. Hi Carol. Yeah, look, we're sitting in a very dark cell in an area that is really tense and edgy. So, where people have had their fingers broken and tables have moved and doors have slammed shut and all the good fun stuff like that. And we are now sitting in that cell with our torches off. So, just a little bit of equipment. But we're about to lose power, so what I'll do is I'll put the ghost box on just for a couple of minutes. It becomes annoying, so I have the old one, I don't have the PSB by the way. I have one of the originals. Jay, yeah, I'll be spitting out more than cornflakes, let me tell you. But let me know if you hear anything, because we may not hear it. Oh my god, what's that?
What the fuck's that?
What the fuck is that? Sorry.
What is that?
I have no idea. Did everybody hear that? That was out in the hallway. Josh, I know, I'm sorry. It's a good old Australian way though, isn't it?
But we didn't run. We
We didn't
move.
run, we're still here, Josh. Hey? And we didn't turn our torches on.
Although my finger's on the button. Like yours.
So, we're holding our ground, so. I can't believe the phone's still working. Alright guys, you ask the questions. I'll read them out, see if I get a response. And if you hear a response, let me know. I'll start it off. Alright, so there's somebody in here. Can you let us know through this? Can you give us your name?
Keith Allen said, I heard we're here.
Okay. If this was you, why did you slam the door on that lady's fingers? Was she annoying you? Why are you still here? Yeah, AJ, we get a lot of leaves now.
How old are you?
Okay. How old are you? Are you young? Middle age?